Hey man, I'm Chris with Phone Cats, and we have a huge expansion coming up in Hearthstone already, dude. It's called the League of Explorers, and I don't even know what cards we want to look at first. This is coming out in 5 days. 4 days, probably by the time this YouTube vid goes live. It's going to be an adventure one. We can buy the whole thing for 20 bucks, and I know you can't look at cards this fast. I just wanted to get to the legendaries, dude. Here's potentially the best card in the whole set. Bran Bronzebeard. 3 mana for a 2/4. Your Battlecries trigger twice. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so Bran Bronzebeard will double all Battlecries. They're going to trigger twice. Here's a list of all the cards that have Battlecry. Let's flick through them quick and we'll kind of look at some of the good ones. Darnassus Aspirant, you get double mana crystals. That ain't bad. Houndmaster will give something +4/+4. Okay. Even Glaive Zuko will give 2 attack. That ain't bad. Ram Wrangler, you'll get 2 beasts. Not too much good in Mage. Spellslinger, everybody gets 2. Goblin Blast Mage would deal 8 damage. Oh my god. Turn 1 Mech, turn 2 Mech, turn 3 Bran, turn 4 Blast Mage. Couple cool things in Paladin. Dragon Consort would get double discount, so down to 4. Quartermaster would give all your dudes +4/+4. What? Cabal Shadow Priest is one of the iffy ones, to where people are not sure if you would get to take 2 minions or just 1. I think just 1, and BGH would only kill 1 creature. Wish it was double down though. Dude, that card Brand might be right at home in Shaman. Tusker Totemic, you get 2 totems. Mind blown. Fireguard Destroyer could get +8 attack. Fire Elemental hits for 6, probably to 1 target. And then Neptulon, you get 8 Murlocs. Nothing really good at all for Warlock that I'm seeing, but I don't have all the cards at the same time. Cruel Taskmaster pops for 2, +4, little buff. The big ones are Shield Maiden, you get 10 armor. And then Iron Juggernaut. If we're playing Fatigue, dude, that's gonna be gross. Cold Light Oracle is on the list too. Let's see if we can find that quick. Yeah, everybody drawing 4 cards in Fatigue. Nasty. Kinda getting weak. Earthring Farseer would heal for 6. And Mind Control Tech could steal 2 dudes. A little pricey. Defender of Argus gives things +2/+2 in taunt. Not bad. Now we're talking. Twilight Drake. You know those times where you got like a 4/9 or a 4/10 Drake? Imagine it being like a 4/18, 4/19, 4/20. Anti-Heal Bot bumps you up for 16 health. Okay. A lot of solid stuff here. Azure Drake, draw 2 cards. That ain't bad. Blackwing Corruptor, hit something for 6. Greenskin, give your weapon +2/+2. Don't sleep on that. And Bomb Lobber, 4 damage to a random enemy minion twice. Not bad. Lotup's kind of cool. All your opponent's spells will cost 10 more for 1 turn. Get wrecked. We got Dr. Boom. You'll get 4 Boom Bots altogether. Not bad. Nefarian will give you 4 spells. Pretty crazy. We'll see what happens with this Bran guy. Bran Bronzebeard. Get ready. Okay, so that's Bran Bronzebeard. Could be pretty crazy. I think that's going to be one of the cards that's the big takeaway from the League of Explorers. Kind of like how Emperor Tharazon was just whoa dude. Lotheb made a must purchase for that expansion. Here's the other kind of cute mechanic that's in this. Here we go. We got it. Elise Starseeker has to do with this quest for the Golden Monkey and this map for the Golden Monkey. 4 mana for a 3/5, basically a Senjin. Shuffle the map of the Golden Monkey into your deck. And we'll find it. There it is. Alright, map of the Golden Monkey. 2 mana, shuffle the Golden Monkey into your deck. Draw a card. Do you see this chasing that's going on? And then here's the real deal. 4 mana for a 6/6, Battlecry, replace your hand and deck with legendary minions. Mind blown. What? Your hand and your deck with legendaries. That's like the new funnest deck. Fatigue is no longer fun. Golden Monkey, OP. Okay, so if you actually complete that crazy Golden Monkey quest, reminds me of Legends of the Hidden Temple. There's some new legendaries that you could actually get your paws on. We got Arc Thief Rafam, 9 mana for a 7/8. Battlecry, discover a powerful artifact. And we got them right here. They all cost 10 mana. Lantern of Power, give a minion +10/+10. So you play him on turn 9. Turn 10, attack with like, what would be? A 17-19 creature? No, 17-18. Okay, that's one option. Alternatively, you can go with the Mirror of Doom. Fill your board with a 3/3 mummy zombies. What? What? Or 10 mana Timepiece of Horror. Deal 10 damage randomly split among all enemies. That just seems like a bad version of the Paladin card, but I don't know. Maybe there's times where you will want that one. No patrons. Next up, we got Reno Jackson. Battlecry, if your deck contains no more than one of any card, fully heal your hero. Pretty weird. Now you can build a deck of just one ofs to try to capitalize on it. But it may work in Fatigue, but remember, whenever you do the quest for the Golden Monkey, it changes everything in your deck and hand into Legendary. So if you end up hitting a Reno Jackson while you're playing your quest for the Monkey deck, you're gonna fully heal up. Last Legendary to the pack is looking pretty weak, dude, but we'll see. Surfin Lemur. He's adorable. 1 mana for a 1/3 Murloc. Battlecry, discover a new hero power. So you can be playing this guy in any class. You can play Murloc in any class. And now just re-roll your hero power. In addition to that, it's the new Discover mechanic. You know when you play Tracking, and they show you 3 cards that you get to look at, 1, 2, 3, like that, lined up? That's what Discover does. Keep in mind, this Discover is just going to let you choose one of 3 new hero powers. So you're going to get the option to choose, let's say you're playing Shaman, and you're just going to randomly get to choose if you want a new hero power. There are 3 random, so you could get like Warlock, say Warrior, and Paladin. Get that Warlock hero power, and now you're just sprinting through your deck, but you're playing Shaman cards. It's going to be crazy. There's some other cute Murloc stuff. We'll show that off now. Let's see. One's in Paladin, and one, there we go. Anything can happen. Summon 7 Murlocs that died this game. So if you're playing that Murloc deck for the long haul and tired of running out of steam, now you'll just top deck Anything Can Happen. Anything can happen. And then you'll get to put 7 Murlocs on the board that died. Keep in mind, this is Paladin, so if you got those Murloc Knights, they're back. They're going to be mad. Late game? Murloc Pally? What's happening? Alright, here's the other Murloc hype card. Kind of still equally endgamey. The Paladin one is about bringing your board back. This one's about buffing your board and closing out the game. Everything is awesome. 7 mana, give your minions +2/+2. Costs 1 less for each Murloc you control. So let's say you got 3 Murlocs. That's reasonable, right? It would cost 4 mana to give all your dudes +2/+2. Huh. It almost feels like a Shaman version of Savage Roar if you're playing Murloc. And keep in mind, you could do the Wombo combo of having your board full of 7 Murlocs. Now this costs 0. Let's say you got 10 mana, 2 of these in your hand, and 2 Bloodlusts. Each of your dudes is getting +10 attack. And you had 7 creatures. Could it happen? +70. And that's not counting their actual attack. Just +70. GG. Alright, let's check out some of these class cards. I wish that we could look at them all, but there might be too many for everything. Jungle Moonkin looks like the Ogre Magi. 4 mana for a 4/4, but both players get +2 spell power instead of you getting +1. I don't like it. I'm afraid of it. Mounted Raptor, 3 mana for a 3/2 Beast. Beast Energy. Death Rattle, summon a random 1-cost minion. It's like a toned-down version of Piloted Shredder, maybe, like a baby Shredder. But I don't know if it'll see play. Raven Idol's the one with the Discover thing. Choose one, discover a minion or discover a spell. Kinda cool. 1 mana. Choose minion. You're just going to be looking at 3 random minions and you're going to get to pick one. It almost feels like Unstable Portal in a way. Maybe not though. And then you can do the same thing with a spell. Could be cool. I don't know. I don't like the Druid stuff so far. Hunter, equally weird. Explorer's Hat, give a minion +1/+1, and Death Rattle, add Explorer's Hat to your hand. So you're just constantly going to have the option to give this buff to something until it gets silenced, but if they use a silence to get rid of that hat, hats off to them. Desert Camel, 3 mana for a 2/4, put a 1-cost minion from each deck into the battlefield. People were saying that this is going to be good in aggro, like if it pulls out a Leper Gnome, that's kind of cool. But I don't know. My first instinct was more mid-range or control-y and just getting another web spinner on the board, having it die and getting another beast. Dark Trap, people are already crying about this. We'll see what happens. 2 mana trap, secret. When an opponent uses their hero power, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. If they have nothing on the board, they're going to take 5 damage to the face, dude. So now your mad scientists can pull these Dark Traps. Who knows, decks might just run 2 Dark Trap to where your opponent can't even hero power. If they're Warlock and they hero power with nothing on the board, they just took 7 damage. What? Doesn't do very much against Paladin or Shaman, because they're going to put a creature on the board with their hero power, and if you just hit that creature, feels bad, man. Mage got 1 real card. It's the last one. Don't read it, guys. 4 mana for a 4/4 is the animated armor. Your hero can only take 1 damage at a time. If I'm reading that the way I think I am, 4 mana for a 4/4, it's going to slow down face decks, but not that much else. I think that if someone Pyroblasts you for 10 damage, you would take 1 damage. Could be cool. Almost seems freezy. We'll see what happens with it. They also got the Ethereal Conjurer. 5 mana for a 6/3, Battlecry, discover a spell. Please no. 3 defense, I don't like it at all. Here's the good one though, Forgotten Torch. 3 mana, deal 3 damage. Shuffle a Roaring Torch into your deck that deals 6 damage. The Roaring Torch will find it. It's 3 mana for 6 damage. That's better than a Fireball, dude! Roaring Torch, 3 mana, 6 damage. So if you're playing Freeze Mage now, they're gonna find room for this, believe me. You kill something early game, 3 mana. I just took out like a Knife Juggler, or I don't know, maybe a Piloted Shredder first half. And then you just throw that Fireball into your deck for later. So now your deck can run 4 Fireballs. Who wants to do the math? Let's say you got 2 torches in the deck. That's 6 damage, plus the 2 damage from your baby big torches. I mean, that's 12 damage there, plus this 6, we're at 18. Plus your 2 original Fireballs. Did we just get 30 damage? This guy's deck is crazy. We already talked about anything can happen. Seems cool, though. Keeper of Uldaman. Could be weird, too. 4 mana for a 3/4. Little meh. Battlecry, set a minion's attack and health to 3. So if you got a Silver Hand Recruit on the board, make it into a 3/3. But what's better than that? If you got a Shielded Mini-Bot, make that a 3/3 with Divine Shield. If you have a Nerubian Egg, pumping a Nerubian Egg up to a 3/3, that's really good. Then when it dies, you get a 4/4. I'm building that deck. Don't copy it. And you can use it defensively. Everything we just said was about aggression. But it doesn't say a friendly minion or an opposing minion, so you can use it both ways. Let's say your opponent plays like a Deathwing. You can nerf it down to a 3/3. That's way better than a 12/12. What else would be cool? Dr. Boom down to a 3/3? That's way humble. So yeah, it can be kind of used like an Aldor Peacekeeper too. We'll see. Maybe a one-of. Sacred Trial. Secret Paladin got another secret. Thank God this secret doesn't help Secret Pally. 1 mana of Sacred Trial. When your opponent has at least 3 minions and plays another, destroy it. So now if your opponent has 3 dudes on the board, no, let's say you're playing Secret Pally and they're playing a 1 of this. If you have 3 creatures on the board and go to play a 4th, it might just disappear. So play around it, because people are going to get cute and throw it in as a 1 of. I'm the guy that plays Eye for an Eye too, so be afraid. Priest looks pretty weird, man. They got a Hellfire that shows up in your opponent's deck for 1 extra mana. Excavated Evil. 5 mana, deal 3 damage to all minions. Okay, so it doesn't hit your face. I like that. And you shuffle this card into your opponent's deck. A lot of people are poo-pooing on this about how bad it is, but let's think about it, dude. We already have Holy Nova for Priest. Now we just have another 5 mana clear. That's so good for them. 3 damage to all minions, not face. Your health is okay. And you shuffle this card into your opponent's deck. Let's say you're playing Face Hunter, and it's neck and neck. He just needs to top deck lethal. We've all been there a million times. He's going to draw an Eaglehorn Bow. He's going to draw the Kill Command, the Quick Shot. Let's say he draws Excavated Evil instead. GG. This card denies a draw from your opponent. Just build your deck so that you can handle the 3 mana board clear. Think about going to Fatigue too. Like, you guys can just keep passing Excavated Evils back and forth. That's going to happen. It's going to be weird. Okay, Priest may have got the best cards, dude. Looking at these, they're crazy. Entomb, 6 mana. Choose an enemy minion. Shuffle it into your deck. 6 mana. 6 mana. Your opponent plays Tyrian Fordring. Entomb it. It goes away. It doesn't trigger a death rattle. And it goes in your deck. I can't even think of good situations with this card. I mean, everything that your opponent can play, everything that you would want to mind control, you can entomb. They're going to nerf it. Best card. Next is Museum Curator. People have been complaining that priests don't have a good 2-drop, so we'll see if this turns things around. 2 mana for a 1/2. Battlecry, discover a Death Rattle card. Let's check that out. Okay, so 2 mana for a 1/2, Battlecry, discover a Death Rattle card. The discover thing is where you get to look at 3 cards at once, but you're only going to get to look at priest cards that have the Death Rattle characteristic. So ignore this WTF freeze priest I was playing, and let's look at what kind of cards you're going to get to pick from. There's actually a lot, dude. You could get a Sneeds, a Major Domo, a Chilma, Toshli, Stalag, Sludge Belcher, Sylvanas, Piloted Skull Golem, Fugan, Piloted Shredder, Karen Bloodhoof, Mech Yeti, Unstable Ghoul, Nerubian Egg, Deathlord, Harvest Golem. These are good cards, man. Loot Hoarder, Zombie Chow ain't bad even, Haunted Creeper, Explosive Sheep, Blood Mage Thalnos, or Dark Cultist. That card is not bad to me. You're going to get to choose out of all those. You're going to get 3 choices. One of them is going to be good, right? Here's Rogue, pretty bad. Tomb Pillager, 4 mana, 5/4. Death Rattle, add the coin to your hand. I don't know. Coin deck with cut first, this guy, and then play the Unearthed Raptor. Battlecry, choose a friendly minion, gain a copy of its Death Rattle effect. So, oh my god, we're doing it too. Let's look back at Hearthstone, and we're going to look at the Death Rattle cards that Rogue has, and we'll find something cool. Alright, not too much Death Rattle in Rogue, really. Return random friendly minion to your hand. Anything that I can craft in Rogue? Anubarak. Oh god. Wombo combo? Copy that. Beyond that, let's see what else we got. Copying the Death Rattle of Loot Hoarder? It costs how much? 3 mana. So yeah, a Loot Hoarder would be the realistic one. Blood Mage Thalnos, same thing. If you're going endgame, you could copy the Death Rattle of a Sneeze, copy the Death Rattle of a Sylvanas, a Piloted Sky Golem, or a Piloted Shredder are realistic. Karen too. Not bad. Pit Snake's kind of weird. 1 mana for a 2/1, destroy any minion damaged by this minion. So it has like a death touch, basically, like in Magic. It's kind of like that little 1/1 shady stabber dude that's in Rogue 2. I don't know what they're doing. We already looked at the Shaman Everyfin. We'll skip that one for now. They got an Elemental. 4 mana. Rumbling Elemental. 2/6. After you play a Battlecry minion, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. Is this viable? Let's look at Shaman Battlecries. Oh god. Okay, so after you play a Battlecry minion, deal 2 damage to a random enemy. 4 mana, 2/6. Here's some Shaman stuff that actually has Battlecry in it. Tusker Totemic. 3 mana, 3/2. Draenei Totem Carver has Battlecry too. Mistcaller does, and Neptulon. So that card's a 4-drop though. Let's look at the 5-mana Battlecries to see what the good plays are going to be. Turn 4 Elemental, turn 5 Azure Drake. That ain't bad. Bomb Lobber. I could see it. Blingtron. Whoa, dude. Captain Greenskin. Shaman Weapon is real. Faceless Manipulator. Oh god. Make millions of them. Harrison Jones could work too. That's about it though. Then next turn, turn 6, you drop your Justicar. Or even the Black Knight and get your effect going. Toshli could work too. That ain't bad. And then turn 7, you go boom. Maybe Alex Straza? No Deathwing or Onyxia though. Don't do it. And Tunnel Trog is their new card. It looks like a mana worm to me, dude. 1 mana for a 1/3. Whenever you overload, gain +1 attack per locked mana crystal. So that's right. If you overload for 1, +1 attack. Overload for 2, +2 attack. The Wombo combo appears to be turn 1 Tunnel Trog, turn 2 your new Totem Golem. The 2 mana for a 3/4. That ain't bad, dude. Warlock got some weird stuff. I really like one of the cards. Try to guess which one. Reliquary Seeker, 1 mana for a 1/1. If you have 6 other minions on the board, and this fills up the board, because you only have 7, it gets +5/+5. No, it turns into a 5/5, because it gets +4/+4. So with Implosion and Haunted Creepers and all the tokens that exist, maybe you can get some value out of that. Curse of Rafam. 2 mana, give your opponent a cursed card. While they hold it, they take 2 damage on their turn. Let's find the cursed card at the bottom. There it is. Alright, so Cursed. While this card is in your hand, take 2 damage at the start of your turn. So, let's say you go turn 2, Curse. They get this card. And then they take their turn, they take 2 damage. You're obligating them to spend 2 mana just to play this card. When they play it, nothing happens. It just leaves their hand. But it's kind of like a tempo kind of thing to where if you can get them to use their mana on something bad, that's great. I don't know if it's going to be better against aggro or control, but I really like the direction that they're heading in. I want land destruction. I love land destruction in Magic, and I think this is getting close to where you're tying up their mana. What I want is to lock them out of their mana crystals. This is a step in the right direction. They also got the Dark Peddler. 2 mana, 2/2, Battlecry, discover a 1-cost card. Let's do it. Alright, so you just spent 2 mana for your 2/2 Dark Peddler, and then it triggers. Battlecry, discover a 1-cost card. You're going to be looking at 3 cards, randomly chosen out of these cards, and you're going to get to pick. I don't think I have anything to craft in these 1-drops, so we should be fine. Would you take the Corruption, the Mortal Coil, the Power Overwhelming, the Soulfire? Blood Imp, no way. Flame Emperor Voidwalker, not bad. And you also could get one of these neutral cards too. Abusive, Squire, Gnome, Cogmaster, and Dragon Egg. And they're going to get to choose 3 of these randomly. Leper Gnome? Goldshire Footman? Undertaker maybe? Get that Boar? Zombie Chow? That could be cool. Worgen Infiltrator? I don't know. I don't know what they want us to do with Warrior, man. One really weird weapon, Cursed Blade. 1 mana for a 2/3. You double all damage dealt to your hero. So if you go turn 1 Cursed Blade, and they just start flooding the board with like double Flame Imp or something nasty, you're in trouble. If not, really cool. Just clearing the board for a couple turns. Warrior has so many weapons though now. Maybe too many, we'll see. The other 2 cards are taunt geared. Obsidian Destroyer might be a bad huffer. 7 mana for a 7/7. At the end of your turn, summon a 1/1 Scarab with taunt. And then Fierce Monkey. 3 mana for a 3/4 taunt. That's a beast. Taunt Warrior hype. Alright, that's it for legendaries and class cards. We talked about the new discovery mechanic too. Let's look at some of the epics. There's only 2. We got the Genie of Zephyrs. 5 mana for a 4/6. Whenever you cast a spell on another friendly minion, cast a copy of it on this one. Think about that. I can't. Naga Sea Witch. 5 mana, 5/5. Your cards now cost 5. What? Turn 1. No, we'll be conservative. Turn 2, coin, innervate, Naga Sea Witch. No, you don't want to do it that soon. Turn 4, coin, Naga Sea Witch. Turn 5, anything you want. I don't know. There's tons of more cards in this, guys. It's going to be coming out in a couple days. I think we're at 5 days right now, and it'll be $20. It's an adventure wing, so they're going to leak it out over time, I believe. I can't wait. So many more cards, though, we didn't even touch base on. Thanks for watching, guys. Phone Cats.